There's an old Zen saying to let go of knowledge in the midst of knowing. And what this is pointing to is the conceptual knowledge, the information that we've learned through memory, through repetition, through the past education that we've received. We tend to learn concepts about reality, about ourselves, about the world, and then we impose these concepts onto our direct experience, and that prevents us from truly being open to the flow, the continuous stream of experience that is life. So if I'm having a conversation with you and you say one thing to me, and immediately that brings about some conceptual image in my mind, and I fixate on that image and start to focus on that, then I'm not going to be listening to what you're really saying. I'll just have grasped onto a certain thought that was brought about as a reaction to what you said, and then I'll hold on to that thought. I'll be stuck in some information, some learned belief, some concept, and I won't really be open to the felt experience of you sharing with me and listening to what you're saying, where you're coming from. And we may not realize this, but we do this all the time. We're constantly labeling and projecting onto our direct experience of life. You walk around, you see something beautiful, you label it as beautiful. You see a flower, you label it as a flower. You see a person, you've created some image of this person, some judgment, and then you relate to them through your own image of them. So we're constantly creating concepts and conceptual knowledge about our life experience, and this limits us from truly knowing and being open to the experience of life, which is constantly new, which is constantly fresh, alive, always changing, and can't really be known with the intellect, because all intellectual and conceptual knowledge is based on the past. It's based on memory, it's based on things that we've learned, knowledge, information that we've acquired, and to try and impose the past onto the present moment is really just disconnecting us from the actual experience of right now. So this saying, let go of knowledge in the midst of knowing, is pointing to the experience of knowing in the sense of being present, being aware, knowing that you're here right now in this moment, and then letting go of any knowledge that comes up that tries to separate you from your direct experience. And of course, there's a great use for the knowledge that we've acquired, the information we've learned, but it is just information. It's just conceptual knowledge. As the great philosopher Alan Watts would say, the menu is not the meal. And so when we confuse words with the direct experience of what they're pointing to, then we're like people that are eating menus instead of meals. So we're experiencing a intellectual and conceptual world of knowledge instead of the direct experience of life, which is non-conceptual, which is beyond any concepts. Does a tree care if you call it a tree, a dragon, a flower? Of course not. It's just a word. It's a human created label and concept, and it means nothing to an actual tree. And to connect with that living being that is a tree, to be open, aware, receptive, and sensitive to that being, we need to step outside of our conceptual knowledge and just the images and beliefs and the information that we've acquired about that tree. So this is a reminder just to be open to your direct experience. In the Zen tradition, they call this beginner's mind. So Shunryu Suzuki, who was a Zen master, said, in the expert's mind, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert's mind, there are few. So having this quality of a beginner's mind, of not knowing, of being open to direct experience, helps us to be in touch with life, because life is always new. So whatever stories you may have about life, whatever beliefs you may have learned, they're not the actual truth that exists right now in this moment. And the only way to be aware of the truth now is to be open, to let go of our fixation on mental concepts about reality and to just experience reality directly, to practice observation without evaluation, or awareness without projection of our stories, our beliefs, our concepts. And when you let go of these stories, when you let go of these beliefs, you realize how much pressure and how much weight that they carried. So much of our suffering is caused by our beliefs, by our concepts about what is, rather than just experiencing the isness, the directness, the suchness of life. So I hope that this video is able to point you to this experience of just being here now. Practice just being aware and notice how easily the mind tries to impose knowledge and information over the direct experience of life. And see if you can let that knowledge go. See what comes in when you allow yourself to just be open, when you experience without interpreting or reacting to events, but just feeling them, just being aware of them. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Thank you.